Hey guys, hey, welcome everybody. Sorry I'm a few minutes late. Me and Sean was trying to wait on something. Robyn's mask fell off. Oh my gosh, that's exactly what I was thinking. You know that? I was literally, when she got all like snobby and snooty, I was literally thinking, look, her mask fell off. I was like, oh, we're seeing Robyn for like literally like Robyn completely. I'm gonna do the. I'm checking the mail. I'm sorry. We were waiting for something to come in the mail, so I'm checking the mail really quickly. Um. So yeah, Robyn's mask completely fell off. I'm so sorry. I'm a few minutes late. Let's go ahead. Let's get into it. Christine never said she was leaving the family ever. She said I'm leaving Kody. Exactly. Exactly. Y'all, I was like, when I watched it last night, I almost wanted to go live last night because I was so mad. I was so mad at Robyn. I was literally yelling at my phone. I'm like, you are a hypocrite. I'm like, you're a liar because I was literally like blown away how she so blatantly like twisted what happened. So this episode was called A Polygamist Divorce. It's season 17, episode 9. Hey, everyone. Make sure you change your chat from top chat to live chat so you can see the most recent comments in the chat. Also, if you want to go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, that would help me out a lot. You guys, I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but I've been losing subscribers left and right. Uh, so, I mean, not really. Over the weekend, I hit 70,000 and then it went back down, which was really strange. Um, it went from 70,000. I hit 70K. I was at 7,003 or something like that. And it went down to 69,938. So if you could do me that favor, make sure you are still subscribed. Because I don't think I really lost like almost 70,000 subscribers in like a day. I think YouTube is definitely glitching. I know one of my subscribers was suspended for some unknown reason. We have no idea. She don't have a channel, but she was suspended for we don't know why. So, really confusing. Okay, so this episode it starts with Christine. She is showing like screenshots of her trip to take Isabel to college. Isabel is going to North Carolina. She is going to be moving in with Maddie and Caleb, and it's a long way there, right? It's a big trip. It's going to be like a 6 day adventure. Did she say 6 day or 6 hours? Now I'm losing my mind. Uh, Either way, they're in Isabel's car, and Isabel, Christine, and Truly, they are all, headed to Maddie and Caleb's. And yeah, she's basically just sharing photos of like their little adventure and their little trip and how it was fun, like they were on the road a good bit and um, they had a good time. She said it was crazy them being, cramped up in that car. So they did stay at like a hotel, maybe 1 or 2 nights, I'm not sure. But they had a fun little time. And then they got to Maddie and Caleb's. This is them in the hotel, which you guys got to remember if you watch it on YouTube for free, um, that it zooms in and out. You can watch it on YouTube for free if you want to, if you don't want to pay for, Philo or Discovery Plus or something like that. You can watch it. I'll link the one that I found on YouTube because I always do try to find them on YouTube for you guys. But this one it zooms in and out. It's kind of crazy. But anyways, they're on their little trip. Truly has become a lot more talkative in the last maybe 3 episodes or so. Truly's become a lot more talkative. She's been doing her little own confessionals, which is super cute. It made me wonder, like they have been doing this show for like 12 years. Through those 12 years, the kids, when they came on the show, they already had kids that were teenagers. But at what age do the kids start doing their um, interviews? They go from like Aurora. She don't do interviews, but one day she might, if the show is still going on, she might start doing her own interviews. Anyways, Isabel is very close to Maddie, and that's why, she's going to go to school in North Carolina, and that is where Maddie and Caleb live. And Christine, as much as she's like, oh, I'm going to miss her, and she's going to be so far away, and I've really leaned on her a lot, the past year or so. Christine is also like, I definitely want her to see what a normal relationship is like. Like, I want Isabel to see that, with Maddie and Caleb, she'll be able to see a normal functioning relationship. Also, she says, as far as with, how did that happen? Also, with Truly will be able to see a normal functioning marriage when they move back to Utah with Mckee and Tony. So anyway, she said that's the good thing that's going to come out of it. It's going to be an adventure for Isabel. She's going to be in North Carolina, and she's going to be in a safe environment. It's not like she's going off to a new state hours away just by herself. She's going to be there with her sister, essentially, even though it is Janelle and Cody's child. Janelle and Cody's children and Christina and Cody's children are very close. They're all super close. So it's basically like they're, full siblings. So they discuss, so starts with showing pictures of Christine and the girls driving Isabel off to North Carolina. They drive for 6 days. They discuss Isabel living in North Carolina so far away, how difficult it's going to be. Truly has just opened up to say that she doesn't want to leave Flagstaff. After Christine telling her about what was taking place and she was going to divorce Cody, she never said that she didn't want to leave until recently. She said, I don't want to leave Flagstaff. And in a confessional, she says, I moved here when I was young. So this is all I know. Like, Flagstaff is my home. So that's why, like, as far as Christine is thinking, they've only been in Flagstaff few years. Utah is their home, But as far as Truly is concerned, she's like, no, like, this is what I know, So she says she necessarily doesn't want to leave, but Christine says that she has accepted it, that, they are going to leave, and she's okay with it. Isabel talks about living with Maddie and Caleb and seeing a healthy relationship, and she says it's going to be good for her. So Christine says that, as well as Isabel. Christine and Isabel both say the same thing. That it's going to be good for her to see a healthy relationship with Maddie and Caleb. And it's going to be good for Truly to see a healthy relationship with Mckee and Tony. After they arrive at Maddie and Caleb's house, they all have like a little family dinner, which is super cute. One of Janelle's other children, is it Logan? He lives in, why are some of them in North Carolina? Do they have family there? I'm not sure. But Maddie and Caleb are in North Carolina, as well as one of Janelle's other, that's not Logan. Who is that? Garrett. Is that Garrett? So anyways, Christine says anytime we go to North Carolina, we never get to go to Garrett's house. He's always like, just go to Maddie's. I'll meet you there. So they have a nice little family dinner. Right after they get there, though, they do kind of set things up in Isabel's room, which is, she's going to get her own little room in their house. And they're thankful and grateful that Maddie and Caleb are making these accommodations to give her her own room and everything, Hunter! It's Hunter! They went to North Carolina for Caleb's job. What about Hunter? Is he military? He's military, right? So anyways, at the dinner, they do talk about, what it's going to be like for Christine, for, her not to be there. Caleb asked Christine, like, how are you doing with this? And she's like, I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay. Now, back over with Miss Mir. Let's find Mir. Mir. Meri is back at the B&B, and she is with her friend Jen, Jen has been her friend for several years now, and from my understanding, Jen lived close to them when they lived in Vegas. After her and Meri established a close friendship, she moved to Oregon for some reason, not really sure why. And but they maintained that friendship, right? And then Jen and her family was actually gonna move again from Oregon. I think she said to Texas. I think she said to Texas. But right before the move, Meri's mother Bonnie died, and Bonnie ran the B&B. So Meri went to the B&B, closed it down for a while, but then opened it up. But Meri couldn't run the Airbnb because she lives in Flagstaff. However, when Bonnie died, Jen packed up, got on a plane, and come straight to Meri. Meri said, it didn't matter how far away I was. It didn't matter, that she had children. She had her husband keep the children, and she came. Like, she was there for me. So basically what happened, though, she does say, she's like, there was one point in the time with my family that we were friends. Like, there was a time when all of the wives got along really well, and we were all friends, and we hung out, and we done things together, and it was nice. Like, I felt like my sister wives were my friends. See, like, here's some little clips of like them hanging out. You guys can't see that because it's zoomed in, but here's them doing things together. And she said they don't have that anymore. They don't have that type of relationship anymore. But she said she has that relationship with Jen. Like, Jen is her friend. And the way that Jen just up and came when Miss Bonnie passed away, she said that didn't matter. She said it didn't matter how far away I was. It didn't matter that she had children, because I mattered. I mattered, and that made me feel good to matter to someone, because I feel like for so long I haven't mattered to anyone. So Jen is definitely her best friend. They decided to record a conversation. I don't know if it was for the show or because I don't think this was anything they put on YouTube or Instagram or anything like that. They do go have a Friday with friends on Instagram where they'll go live together, where they'll just kind of chit chat, answer questions, whatever. Anyways, Jen was moving from Oregon. I think she said to Texas, but Miss Bonnie passed away, so she went in to be with Meri. And then Meri was like, I don't know what I'm going to do with the B&B. I don't have anybody to run it. And Jen was like, I got it. I'll run it. So Jen brought her family down, and she started running the Airbnb. And they decided that they fell in love with the area. They fell in love with the Airbnb. So Jen actually decided to stay there and run the Airbnb, which is like, holy crap. Can you imagine? Because Jen lived in Vegas, met Meri there, moved to Oregon for, I'm not sure why. I don't know if it was like something with her husband's work or I don't know. But she moved to Oregon. And she was about to move again for I don't know what reason. I don't know if it was like her husband's job or I don't know why. But decides to run Meri's Airbnb. So that's something off Meri's plate. And her whole family moves there with her, and they run the Airbnb. So that's pretty wild, Meri definitely said that it's taken, a lot off her plate to not have to worry about the Airbnb because it's with someone that she trusts. Like, who's the next person? If you can't trust, your mother, it's going to be like your child or your best friend, right? So it was really good that Jen did that. Like, I like Jen. I think Jen's a really good person. Meri says she has to get back to Flagstaff, though, because Christine wants to have a family meeting. She says, I am here with Jen, and I've been helping her with the Airbnb, but I do have to get back to Flagstaff because Christine wants to have a family meeting. And in this little thing, she gives this really weird look. I don't know. It's kind of weird. She's like, yeah, I want to make sure I'm there for that meeting. I don't remember the look, but I remember it was a look. And I'm like, what's the look for? Mirror, mirror. You know what I'm saying? She did give this. I want to try to find it and see if it shows it on this one. But she's like, I'm having fun with Jen at the Airbnb. She's my best friend. We always have a good time. But I do have to get back to Flagstaff because Christine wants to have a family meeting. And, I need to be there for that. There it is. There it is, I think. Let me see.
that stuff. So I can get in on that little family discussion.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, I gotta get back to Flagstaff because Christine wants to have a family meeting, so I gotta get back to Flagstaff so I can be in on that little family discussion. Which kind of made me like, what's going on here? You know what I'm saying? I don't know why I call her Mirror Mirror. I do say regular smegular every time I say regular, pretty much. So I don't know where that come from either. But yeah. So anyways, back in Flagstaff, Christine, she has put her house up on the market. And y'all, I gotta give it to Christine. Like, she's got a big house, right? She got a big house. And she has been doing all the heavy lifting on her own. Like, they've got the rooms cleaned out. Like, she sold her bedroom furniture because she didn't want to have her bed. She said it had, like, memories that was kind of hurtful, so she got rid of her bedroom furniture. She didn't want to stay in her bedroom. So after, essentially, she's moving into Gwendolyn's old room, right? So, I mean, literally, they're having to move around. I mean, she is pushing and pulling, and her and Truly all by themselves. Since the house is on the market, they're only basically living in like one area of the house. She's got the rest of the house kind of set up for like potential buyers to see it, but they're kind of like staying in their rooms and living in one section of the house. I think she said like the top level maybe. They're trying to keep that. I really want to show you guys where they're like move. There we go. Look at. I mean, she is like all by herself. She's moving furniture around all by herself. Hey, Tina. Hey. Without any help. You know, most women would have called their husband. If their husband is 15 minutes down the road at Robyn's house, they would have called. Well, I guess you can't. But even the fact that they are, you know, divorced, she still could have called him and said, hey, listen, I need help. Like, he is still, like, the only man in her life and her child's father. So she still could have called him and said, hey, listen, I need help. I'm moving furniture around. It's kind of difficult. So I need you to come help me. But either way, they are living it up. And she's moving everything by herself. She don't need no man. She got it. Go ahead, Christine, with your bad self. She gets an offer on the house. Let's see. They have been back in Flagstaff for 2 days after being gone for 2 weeks, and Kody still has not come by to see Truly. That's what she says. She says, you know, Kody wants to talk about like custody and blah 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 blah. But the thing is we've been back for 2 days. We were gone for 2 weeks, and he has not even come by to see Truly. He's not come by. Like, he has a call, came by, nothing. Then it goes to Kody. He's in a confessional, and he says that he doesn't want to be at Christine's house, and he doesn't have room for Truly yet at Robyn's house. This is what I put. I said Kody says he doesn't want to be at Christine's house, but doesn't have room for Truly yet, so blah, blah, blah. Because that's what I hear. Blah, 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 blah. Excuses. You know what I'm saying? Like, he could have came by and picked Truly up and took Truly to McDonald's. Took Truly for a drive. Took Truly to go putt golf. Something. Take her for the day to hang out at Robyn's. He don't need a room for her to see his kid. And he don't have to stay at Christine's with his kid. Really? Nope. I ain't buying it. You suck, Kody. Now, Christine's real estate agent comes over and tells Christine that they are in contract. And Christine is so happy you can smell it through the TV. Like, literally, you see this, like, huge weight lifted off her shoulders. She's like, yay! She's so happy. Now, her real estate lady, who looks like her name is like Odell or something, I don't know. Miss Cobb. She looks like a Wendy or a, I don't know. Very nice, cute, classy little lady. She is also one of Janelle's friends, right? So She comes over. She's like, the house, you got a buyer. It's in contract. Christina's ecstatic. But they do talk about how hard it's going to be to leave the place. The real estate agent says, it's so beautiful here. You got a beautiful house. It's beautiful here. Your family. Like, it's going to have to be tough, right? And she says, at the end of the day, yeah, this is a beautiful place. And I have family, but not the kind of family that I have that I'm moving to. I'm not close to the family out here anymore. And the people that I am still kind of close with, I think I can maintain that relationship like once I leave here. But I have kids that I'm going to be close to that I have a stronger relationship with. But yes, it will be hard to leave. But I know that I'm going to something that's going to be great. As sad as it may be, I know that I'm going to be happy once I get. Look, she's saying happy. I know I'm going to be happy. That's what she's saying right there. Just can't get it on the picture that I want it on. All her kids. Whoops, I'm speeding it up too fast. She's moving to, in between like Mackenzie and who else? Anyways, her kids. She's going to be closer to some of her kids. And in Utah, where she wants to be, where she's wanted to go back ever since they changed the laws. I don't have kids, but all my snooks get closer. Right? Exactly. So, she says that she hopes that she can at least remain friends with the sister wives. She says she hopes that they can understand that she is leaving, and she hopes that they do not hate her. Christine has invited Kody and the other wives over to tell them that she is leaving. So Christine has set up a little get together on the back patio to tell everyone that she is out of here. She's about to make like a baby and head out. So everybody goes over. Kody already knows at this point. So essentially what's happening is she's moving in like a week. She's literally going to move in like a week. Mackenzie has been looking for her a place, and Mackenzie's found a place, and her house is in contract, so she is out of there in 2 weeks. And she needs to tell everybody because they don't know this. They don't know that she's, going to be gone in 2 weeks. The only one that does know is Kody. Of course, he don't care. He want to act like he care, but he don't care. So, let's skip this. Everybody comes piling in. And everybody comes piling in, and Robyn says she don't know what to think about this meeting. She's not sure what Christine has to talk to them about. Janelle says she suspects that Christine has sold her house. She says, because I know that she had people looking at it, so I suspect she's going to tell us that she sold her house. Meri says she doesn't know what's happening either, so she's just coming to find out what's going on. Meri seemed mad the whole time. I like Meri. I wish Meri would do the same thing that Christine is doing, because especially after this episode, Meri been holding out hope. And okay, all right, I applaud you for holding out hope. But after what he said in this episode, girl, go and do you. Don't stay. He literally said, Meri's like, I consider me and Kody still married. And Cody's like, I do not consider myself married to Meri. If she wanted to go get married, I would not care. But Meri seemed very irritated like the whole time, right? So anyways, they all pile in. She tells them that, Mackenzie has been looking for a house for her, and she has found one, and that she is moving next week. Robyn, in a confessional, says she was not ready for this. She feels like she was pushed out of an airplane without a parachute on, that this just come way too soon. And I'm like, she's been telling y'all about this for months. Like, did y'all never think that it was going to happen? Meri says that she is hurt, and she feels betrayed, that Christine doesn't see value in the family. And I'm like, she, it's not much of a family to her. Like, how is it really? The only person that has a relationship with her is Janelle. But she sees value in what she really has, but she also sees value in herself. She sees value in herself. So she's going to make herself happy, which is what everybody should do, Kody says he feels like there is nothing he could do. That Christine's kind of made up her mind. He's like, I don't think there's anything I could do. And even if there was something that I could do, I'm not going to do it. It's not like I'm going to profess my undying love for her because I don't even like her at the time. That's literally what he said. He's like, there's nothing I could do. Even if I wanted to do something, it's not like I'm going to profess my undying love to her. I mean, I don't even like her right now. So why would I do that? And I'm like, and that's why she's leaving you, bro. That right there. Moving along. Wait, did I skip too much? Yeah, he doesn't even like her. Meri, in a confessional, says, like, what am I supposed to say? Like, I don't know what to say. What am I supposed to say? Congratulations, you're leaving the family? Congratulations, you're leaving the family. I mean, I'm like, well, you could say, you know, I hate it. We have great memories together, but I hope you find happiness because that's obviously what you're looking for. She also says that she is not jealous of Christine for leaving because she could leave at any time if she wanted to. She just doesn't want to. She says she's still holding out hope that eventually Kody will come back to her and they will have a functioning marriage. She says, I'm holding out hope, but I'm not pining for it. Janelle then asks Christine about Truly, you know, like how's Truly dealing with this? And Christine says, you know, she's doing okay, that she is a little upset with the news, you know, of them leaving, that that's taken her some time to adjust to. And then, yeah, that Truly is more upset, you know, with the move, basically. And then Kody chimes in to say, Truly is more upset over the move than the divorce, which shocked him. And then he said that it was news to him. He was like, yeah, she was more upset over the divorce. She was more upset over the move than the divorce, which shocked me. And Christine said, how? Like, what do you mean it shocked you? And he said it was news to him that they were even divorced. He was like, well, I didn't know that we were divorced, you know? And then they start explaining the process of divorce. They're like, in our church, in our religion, you have to go to the preacher, to the pastor to get him to grant you the divorce. And a lot of times they want you to seek counseling at first. You know, they're not just going to grant you this divorce. You got to go through couples counseling. And then if they feel like you're not going to make it, they give you the divorce. My nose is itchy. Sorry, guys. So they're like, yeah, Christine hasn't done that. Cody's like, we haven't done that. We have not went before the church to ask for a divorce. And Janelle says in a confessional, she's like, you know, Christine is not a part of the faith anymore. Like, she doesn't go to the church. She's not a part of the faith. So those rules no longer apply to her because she's not a part of that faith. And I'm sitting here wondering, saying, wait, I'm not trying to, like, judge them. But from my understanding, none of them are a part of the faith anymore. Like, none of them go to church anymore. They don't go to that church anymore. So, from my understanding, like, none of them were really technically a part of the faith anymore. I guess they are when it benefits them, but they aren't. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm asking, Huntress. Like, because I know they proclaim to be a part of this church and this religion, but that was years ago. It all seemed like it kind of, like, all of them has basically admitted that they're not a part of the church anymore. So why are they having to go before a church that they probably haven't been to in 10 years? Like, hey, can we get a divorce? The preacher's going to be a new preacher, and he's going to be like, who are you guys again? Oh, yeah, sure. Sure. I don't know who you are. You know? So they're explaining to her about the divorce. She's just kind of looking at them like, I don't need nobody to grant me no divorce. She even says in a confessional, she's like, I have no documents stating that I'm even married to him. I never got a document saying that I'm married to him. So why do I need a document saying that I'm divorced from him? We never legally got married. I don't need anybody to tell me that I'm divorced. We're divorced. And then Robyn, in a confessional, she basically says, technically, since Christine did not go before the church to get permission to be divorced, she will not be divorced until she is intimate with another man. So technically, she is not divorced until she sleeps with another man or is intimate with another which I think that is all a bunch of horse manure because Christine is not a part of the faith anymore, so those rules don't apply to her, like Janelle said. Janelle's the only one with a little bit of sense in this situation, in my opinion. Let me see. Meri then brings up her relationship. So essentially, Christine is saying, like, listen, we're not legally married to him. We're just in a spiritual marriage that comes with no documents. So there's two people in this relationship where, they have like a virtual marriage. I don't know, because there's no document stating they're married, right? If one of those people decide they no longer want to be married and then they're no longer part of that faith, they need nothing. All they need to say is, we're divorced, because that's all that it is, right? So Meri brings up her relationship with Kody and says that, her and Kody are spiritually married as well. And she does not believe that it's okay for one person to just decide that they're no longer married to the other person. She's like, look at me and Cody's relationship. Despite like everything that's going on with me and Kody, I don't think that one of us could say that we're not married. I still consider myself married to Kody. But then on the flip side, Kody, who's sitting here saying, you have to go before the church to ask for a divorce. We didn't do that. You didn't tell me. Kody, on the other hand, 5 seconds later, says, oh yeah, I don't feel like I'm still married to Meri. No, I don't think I'm still married to Meri. I'm like, so you can decide that you're no longer married to one of the wives without going in front of the church, without getting anything signed, without getting the acknowledgement of the wife. Because that's what you kept saying about Christine. She didn't ask me. She didn't ask me if I wanted a divorce. She just threw me out. She didn't ask me. Well, did you ask Meri? I don't think so. I don't think you asked Meri. I don't think you went to the preacher and said, hey, preacher, I want to divorce Meri here. And the preacher said, okay, yeah, granted. Meri doesn't know about that anyways. You know what I'm saying? So it's a prime example of the hypocrisy in his controlling ways. Exactly. So yeah, flip to Kody. He says, I do not consider myself married to Meri. I wrote hypocrite. He says if Meri wanted to move on and marry another one, she would not get any, I put heat for me, but that's not what he said. Any argument from me. If she wanted to move on to another man and get married, she would not get any argument from me, he says. He doesn't believe him and Meri could ever be functional again. He doesn't believe he could ever have a safe relationship with Meri. Of course, he explains it as a different situation. Him and Meri is different from him and Christine, according to him. He basically says him and Meri's marriage unraveled. It was a process that went on for, months and years of a process of unraveling. This never happened with him and Christine. They were good one minute, and then bam, the next minute she wanted to leave. Blah, blank, whatever. According to her, that's not what happened. I muted you guys, my bad. I really want to show you guys the craziness that happens in a little bit. It's wild. It literally had me so mad. So, anyways, Kody then apologizes for dragging it out for so long. He's like, well, I guess I'm sorry for dragging it out for so long. And Christine chimes in and says, I'm not. And Kody seems shocked and he says, really? And Janelle explains that it shows that they really put a lot of effort into trying to make it work. No, be happy that you didn't just give up at the first sign of a problem. I'm glad that you guys stuck it out for as long as you guys did and you didn't just jump as soon as it got difficult. Janelle says that they have raised, a cohesive group of kids throughout this. And Kody says that's not the truth. He's like, that's not true. We did not raise a cohesive group of kids. And they're like, what do you mean? And he says, let me see if I can find. He basically says Leon doesn't get along with the other kids. He says Leon doesn't get along with the other kids. He says, I like that guitar girl. Peyton doesn't fit in with the other kids. And then he says, Brienne, Aurora, and Dayton don't fit in well with the other kids as well. And then he says, 3 of Janelle's kids are close to 3 of Christine's kids. That's not cohesive family. In a confessional, Janelle talks about how this perception Kody has that Robyn's kids are slighted in some way from the rest of the family is just untrue, and she doesn't know where he gets it from. She says, when they go to family functions, all the kids get along the same. Like, they're all hanging out. Aurora, Brienne, Dayton, they are all accepted and, treated the same as all the other kids. They're not over there like, and Robyn's kids are over here by themselves, It just doesn't happen. Kody says he is much more connected to Robyn and Robyn's kids, which I imagine so because you live with them 24/7. And you live with them 24/7 through COVID. So he says I'm much more connected to them. I'm around them more. They involve me in their lives. But with Christine and Janelle's kids, I have to hear about their lives through their mothers. Like, they don't call me to tell me what's going on with them. Their mothers do. Well, here's the thing. That's the issue. Because you were there. Did you notice when he's referring to the children, he says Christine's kids are Janelle's kids, but when he's speaking of Robyn's kids, he'll call them our kids. I have noticed that before. So basically he says that Robyn's kids kind of include him in everything. But the thing is you were there. If you lived with Christine, I'm sure when Isabel got home from school and wanted to talk about what happened in volleyball, she would tell you that. She would, if you're there. You know what I'm saying? But also another thing is you don't call them. But that is Janelle and Christine being good mothers to a man that's absent for their children. They still call him and say, hey, this is what's going on in my kid's life. Hey, this is what happened with Logan. Hey, this is what happened with Maddie. Hey, this is what happened with Savannah. Hey, this is what happened with Truly. Come talk to Truly. Come see Isabel before we leave. Do you want to go with us to take Isabel to college? They try, and he doesn't accept it. But he accepts it with Robyn's kids. So you are just a big old brown turd, Kody. Anyways, Janelle talks about hoping that the family will stick together and still get together for like holidays and stuff. She says because, she was like, they're all like the moms to all these kids. She considers herself like mama to everybody, I mean, she wants to be grandma to everybody's kids. Meri says she doesn't know what life is going to bring because they're not a functioning family anymore. And it's not just Kody and Christine's relationship that's struggling, but there are a lot of fractures in the family. Kody says he cannot figure out why he's so angry. He says he knew for a long time that Christine had been in this place of wanting to leave. He tells Christine, he says, so I knew that you have been talking about wanting to leave for a while. Like, you have been wanting to leave since like Vegas. Like, I heard the rumors in Vegas that you wanted to leave. And he tells Christine that. He's like, I heard the rumors in Vegas that you wanted to leave. And in a confessional, he says that he questioned Maddie about it. Now, he does not say that Maddie told him. He says he somehow already knew. So he questioned Maddie. So, have you heard anything about Christine wanting to leave me? And Maddie said yes. That she had heard that. But my thing is like, why would you question Maddie? Why not go to the source? Go to Christine. He doesn't say who told him. He just says he questioned Maddie. So then he tells Christine, he says, I did question Maddie, and she told me that you wanted to leave. She told me you were done and you were wanting to leave. And Christine says, you should have came to the source. You should have asked me. Because the thing was, is I didn't just go to them and say, I want to leave Kody. I want to leave Kody. I know, right? So which is it? He heard rumors or was he blindsided? Come on. Get it together, Kody. So yeah, she says, well, you should have just came to me because the thing is I did not tell them I wanted to leave. They would say things to me like, why do you put up with this? Why do you stay with him? You should leave him. And then Kody wants to know who told her that. He's like, which one of the kids told you that? Like, who said it? Who told you that? Which one of my kids told you that? And she's like, it doesn't matter. And he goes, oh, yes, it matters. And she says, listen, I'm not throwing any of the kids under the bus. I'm not, it doesn't matter. And even Janelle says, listen, Cody, I really don't think that's important. I don't think it matters. Thing is she would be throwing those kids under the bus if she told him that his own kids was saying that, which ones that it was. And then in the confessional, Cody says, if my kids are encouraging her to leave and asking her why don't she leave, it must be for a reason. She must be telling them something. She must be feeding them something to make them think that, she should leave. And then Robyn straight up asked her, like, well, why are they saying that? Why are the kids asking you to leave? Like, why are they asking you if you should leave? And she said, because they saw how separated we were living. And Robyn jumps in to say that that's the culture of the family, but not the individual. And right there, I was confused. So this is where the confusion comes in. Robyn, so he asked Christine who told her, or who asked her why she stays. She told him it was several of his kids. And then Robyn says, but why? Why are the kids saying that? Why are the kids telling you you should leave? And she said because they saw how separated we were in Vegas. Like they saw how separate we were living and how I was unhappy. And Robyn jumps in to say, but that's the culture of the family as a whole, not individuals. That's what Christine was talking about. Christine was talking about her individually, her and Cody's individual relationship, not the family, not the other wives and their relationship with Cody, but her and Cody as a couple since Vegas were living separate lives basically, and they were not happy. So when she said that's the culture of the family as a whole, not the individual, it kind of confused me, and I think it confused everybody because they didn't say right then, yeah, we're talking about individually. So then Christine tells them that the kids saw how much they were struggling, and for a long time, the kids noticed it in Vegas, and then Robyn seems shocked, and she says, that's a lie. And Christine says, okay. She literally says, that's a lie. We're going to listen to it. I'm going to speed it up a little bit. We are going to listen to it. Whoops.
Your kids. Several of your kids. Is that what you want to hear? Several of your kids.
Why are they asking? Why were they asking that?
They asked. They saw how things were in our family. They saw how separate we did in Flagstaff.
That's the family group. That's the culture, not the individual relationships.
They also saw that Cody and I have been struggling for a long time. The kids were like, it looked like in Vegas that you and Dad weren't really close anymore. And
in Vegas?
Hey,
that's a lie.
Okay, well.
Because I remember.
She says that's a lie. She literally says that's a lie. Like, how are you going to tell somebody their relationship is a lie? What?
The kids were like, it looked like in Vegas that you and Dad weren't really close anymore. And
in Vegas?
Okay,
that's a lie.
Okay, well.
Girl, I would have. No, I'm just kidding. I'm like, what do you mean it's a lie? How do you know? Are you in my bedroom? Are you in my house when my husband comes over and we're having these discussions? Are you there seeing what my kids see? Like, how dare you call her a liar? It had me, I was on another level last night when I was watching this. I wanted to do a video strictly with the title saying, Robyn, you are a big fat liar. Because I'm like, oh my God. Like, you did not just tell her that she was lying about her own marriage. Why would she? She's been in this marriage for 25 plus years. I think she said 27. Why would she lie? I know, right? Oh, just kidding. So yeah, she jumps and says, that's a lie. Christine says, okay. And then she goes, I remember y'all going on fun days. I remember how much fun y'all had together. So if y'all were faking it, like, I don't know. She literally says, I saw where Cody and Meri's relationship was. And yes, it wasn't good. But Cody and Janelle's relationship was the best that it had been in years. And I saw you and Cody going out on dates. And I saw how happy y'all were. So, I mean, I guess y'all were just faking it. I don't know. Which confused me because I'm like, why did she bring up Janelle and Janelle and Cody's relationship? Why did she bring up Cody and Meri's relationship? Christine wasn't talking about that. So why did she just bring up their relationship? You know what I'm saying? So Christine says in a confessional, I don't know why Robyn is calling me a liar because me and Kody, she said, I don't know why Robyn is calling me a liar because me and Kody did struggle in Vegas and my kids did see it. Robyn says, in a confessional, Robyn then says, Christine is sitting here saying everybody's relationship was struggling in Vegas and that we didn't have what we had and that Kody and I were the only ones that were okay, but that's not true. And I'm like, what planet is this woman living in? Because I never heard her say that. I never heard Robyn say that. Christine say that.
Because I remember the conversations. I remember what was going on. I remember Janelle and Kody making their relationship better than it ever had been. I remember him talking with you. I remember you guys having fun dates and hearing about that and seeing you guys' relationship. So either you guys were faking it in front of me. I don't know. I don't know exactly why she's saying that I'm lying.
I don't have to fake nothing for you at all. Like, what are you talking about? Who do you think you are that I would feel the need to fake something in front of you?
Kody and I did struggle in Vegas, and my kids did see it. She's sitting here saying that everybody's relationships were struggling in Las Vegas, and we didn't have what we had, and that, Kody and I were the only ones that were okay.
That's not what she said. Where were you at, Robyn?
That's not true. So, you can't say that this is just like, it was all a big fat lie. Let's just be honest about where it was at, and that it wasn't just Kody and I.
I'm pretty sure Robyn maybe misunderstood something with Christine.
Even Mir, Robyn's best friend, is like, everybody was like, what in the Sam is going on here? Where did she pulled that one right out of her butt, right? Because we don't know what she's talking about. Mary's like, something got confused here.
Pretty sure Robyn maybe misunderstood something that Christine said. It sounded to me like she was quoting questions that she had been asked. And I think Robyn took it that it was just about her and Kody.
We were trying to make it work in Vegas. We were really trying. I've been aware that there's been problems for a long time. Well,
so Janelle's like, listen, in Vegas, we knew there was, she faked it in front of the cameras that they were okay. But behind the scenes, I think everybody knew, she tried to put on that happy-go-lucky face like anybody would in their struggling marriage. No, most of the time, people's not going to walk around, marriage sucks. You know what I'm saying? They'll tell their friends, their family, but publicly, they would not display that.
I had no idea. I did not know.
Do you know what? This is the weirdest interchange because I've seen that Christine and Kody have been in a really bad spot for a long time. But it almost feels like they're trying to invalidate Christine.
Yep. She says this is a weird exchange. This is a weird conversation because I knew they were having problems. And it's literally like they are trying to gaslight and invalidate Christine by saying that Christine didn't have problems in her relationship with Kody as far back as Vegas.
Just tell her that she's being crazy and she's doing this on a whim, and it's the weirdest thing to me to watch this.
And then we've had so many more realistic conversations that happened last year between Kody and I. Yeah, you guys don't talk though. You guys don't communicate.
Girl, I would have flipped you right out that chair when you said that to me. So Christine says, you know what? We went through a bad time. I made the decision to leave. And in the past 6 months, we've really communicated pretty well. She's trying to say that. She's like, but in the past 6 months, we've communicated quite well. And Robyn over here goes, no, but you guys don't communicate. So how's that possible? You guys don't even communicate. You guys don't communicate. So how's that even possible that you communicate well in the past 6 months? You don't communicate, right? I would have flipped her off that damn porch and body slammed her. Like, what do you mean? You are acting like a child, Robyn, to talk like that. Back it up a little bit.
Watch this. And then we had so many more realistic conversations that happened last year between Kody and I. Yeah, you guys don't talk though. You guys don't communicate. You guys don't communicate very well at all though. So I don't really see how that could be even legitimate.
We've communicated
Better the last 6 months.
Really? I think so? No, not at all.
How does she know if they've communicated? Exactly. I'm like, what? Like, this girl got on my nerves so bad last night. And Christine was she kept it classy because she's just like, yeah, it would have took ever bone in my being to not react. You know what I'm saying? So she's like, listen, I don't care what you say. Me and him, we communicated pretty well lately. And then Kody says, no, I don't think we did. And Christine's like, really? You don't think so? Like, you don't think our communication has been better lately than it, like, had been? And he says, no, he didn't think so, which seems to shock Christine. And then Kody, in his confessional, he says, ugh, Lordy jeez. In his confessional, he says, let me get back to my notes. No, not at all. Christine looks down and says, oh. In the confessional, Kody says communication has been, the communication has basically been Christine telling him, I don't want you to stay here. Packing my stuff. You can't stay here. I packed your things. I want a divorce. I'm selling our bed. I sold our house. I'm moving. I'm taking Truly. It's all been her. The ball has been in her court. She's had total control, and that makes her feel like she's been communicating well. But that's not what's been happening here. But I'm like, versus you being in control and you feeling like it's good communication, right? Because that's basically what it would be. That's what he would want it to be. Back on the porch, Christine says, it's fine, we tried. Robyn interrupts again and says, whatever your guys' relationship, just don't lump all of ours into it. And Christine tells her she hasn't. Kody even gives like a strange look, like, what? Like,
The other relationships in with it.
I'm not trying to. I don't understand why you're doing. I think we tried. It's not that we didn't
Okay,
try.
that's fine. Okay, whatever, that's your guys' relationship, but don't lump all the other relationships in with it.
I'm not trying to. I don't understand why you think.
Because you were saying the only relationship that was going okay was mine and Cody's. And that's
I never said that.
You did say that. You said in Vegas, the only people that were close was us.
I didn't say that.
Then what did you say?
I don't know. But I did not say that the only relationship in Vegas that was good was you guys.
yeah, she's literally like, I don't know what the heck I said, but I damn sure didn't say that. Because Christine doesn't strike me as the type to really comment on their relationship. Yes, and she did roll her eyes. I caught that too. I don't know if it's in this clip. Well, I guess you guys just seen it.
I never said that.
You did say that. You said in Vegas, the only people that were close was us.
I didn't say that.
Then what did you say?
I don't know. But I did not say that the only relationship in Vegas that was good was you guys.
Okay, that's what I
Didn't
heard.
say
That's
that.
why I'm
Oh,
frustrated.
That's what you were saying.
Oh.
Janelle and I have
Yes.
no Vegas.
No,
I know at least a little. I don't know.
See, that's why. Then Kody was like, oh, so that's why you were saying. And then Christine's like, oh, that's why you were being so crazy with me a while ago because you thought I said something I literally didn't say. So Robyn literally, she took literally Christine saying, our relationship hasn't been good. It hasn't been well since Vegas. Robyn literally took that as Christine saying, everybody's relationship hasn't been good. So my thing is I wonder why, like, Janelle does say, like, I want to say something to stick up for Christine, but I don't know what to say. But I'm like, you and Meri could have said, listen, she did not say that. Christine never said anything about y'all's relationship. Yeah, in the confessional, Janelle stands up for as far as like, and Meri does too. Meri's like, I don't know what's happening here. Meri's like, she got something confused. But they are at the moment, they both should have said, when she said, well, don't lump our relationship into it, and Christine said, I didn't. Yes, you did. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. No, I didn't. Well, what'd you say then? I don't know, but I didn't say that. Both of them could have stood up and said, she didn't say that. You know what I'm saying?
Everything, of course. But I know what the relationship was between you and Meri. I know that you and Cody were in such a good place in Vegas.
Yeah, I don't really like being pulled into this and using my relationship as an example, as ammunition against Christine. And I'm like, whoa, and I'm sitting here wanting to say something, but I don't know what to say.
Say, you're a bit. No, you're a bit, Robyn. Just kidding. Say, Robyn, tone it down. You heard something that nobody said, and you are being way too dramatic, and your mask is off. You did it on camera. Now everybody's going to see the real you, honey. But yeah, everybody's like, whoa, okay, yeah, that's why you were acting like that. Christina's just heard that she didn't say it. Christine tells her she never spoke on their relationship. Robyn explains that that's why she was so upset, because she knew that Kody and Janelle had a good relationship. Janelle in confessional says she doesn't like her relationship being pulled into this, used as an example ammunition against Christine. She is sitting there wanting to say something but doesn't know what to say. In a confessional, Robyn says she must have gotten something confused somehow, but no apology came out of Robyn for reacting the way that she did. Now, back to the porch. Kody laughs, like they're just sitting there kind of quiet. Kody laughs and he goes, 12 years we've been, kind of trying to convince the public, the world, to accept this lifestyle. And now you're basically going to delegitimize it in an instant. We've been trying to get people to accept our way of living for 12 years now, and it's just going to be ruined, basically. Christine says in a confessional that she knew that she would go public with this. She says she knew when she made the decision to leave that this was not going to be one of those things that she kept behind the scenes, that she continued on the show and acted like everything was hunky-dory, that she knew she was going to go public with this as soon as she could and tell the world that she was not married to Kody anymore. She knew this was going to happen. She said that she was not going to hide it. She said she did, for some time, worry that she would be accused of being a fraud or a liar, but she knows how hard she tried. So at the end of the day, she does not feel like anybody has the right to call her a fraud or a liar, because she invested 27, I think it is, years into this relationship, and it just didn't work out. But she says she could not, with a clear conscience, stay married to someone who had favorites and made it very known. And broke her kids' hearts. She said she needed to stand up for her kids. She said she could, in clear conscience, leave Kody. She said she did everything in clear conscience. She had a clear conscience to leave Kody, but she could not, with clear conscience, stay married to him who had favorites and made it known, broke her kids' heart, and that she needed to stand up for the kids. And then she got up and she walked off crying.
God. Have favorites? Yeah, without a doubt. I have tried for years to make this work. I have a clear conscience, knowing that I gave it my best. If people want to look at me and think otherwise, okay. They can't do anything about that. Being a mom is my most important thing. But I couldn't, with clear conscience, stay married to someone who had favorites and made it very known. Someone who's breaking my kids' hearts. I needed to stand with them instead. And I wanted to do it for them.
She said, I had to stand with my kids instead.
God.
Oh.
Next time on Sister Wives. I've seen her non-acceptance of Robyn and disdain for me through the years.
She's treated you like her from the very beginning. That's the reason I'm pissed off.
It's kind of that last little bit of hope. Sort of dying.
Man, just a knife in the kidneys over all these years. Sacrifices that
I made to love you.
Wasted.
It's kind of that last little bit of hope. Sort of dying.
Man, just a knife in the kidneys over all these years.
The sacrifices I made to love you.
Wasted.
Wasted.
I'm glad you said it.
You are a turd, Meri. You are a turd. You're glad that he said that. I'm gonna hold my judgment until I watch the episode. But if Meri is saying that she is glad that Kody said that, that's gonna change the way I feel about Mir. Because you cannot accept a woman in her late 40s, early 50s, I don't know, to spend the rest of her life in a loveless marriage just because you will do it. I'm sorry, Meri, but when you were off catfishing someone or being catfished or wherever the heck you were doing, how did the family took you back in, didn't they? They took you back in. They weren't over there making little snide comments about you. Like, if anybody has any reason to give somebody a chance, it's Meri, because she did. Meri screwed her relationship up royally. You know what I'm saying? But then she's gonna sit there on her pedestal and be like, "I'm glad he said it." Girl, shut your mouth. I like Meri, I do. Like, I want so much better for Meri, but it irritates me to see. Like, my thing is, like, Meri could be like, "No, I'm staying. I want to stay." But you cannot judge her for not wanting to stay. Make me want to come out of character and slap a few people. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But anyways, yes. So they all kind of bash up on Christine next episode, which I wish I would have been there. I wish I would have been a fly on the wall because I would have been all up in their face. Pooping on don't flies like poop all over the place when they sit? That's what I always heard. I always heard like don't let flies get on your food because they poop when they land. And I used to think, how do flies poop so much? Because they land all the time. Yeah, Meri had an affair and she thinks she's somehow superior. Like, girl, no, calm down. Like, I know that's the thing is like I used to like Meri, but the way she's acting over this, no. The sacrifices I made to love you. None of the other wives had a problem with him saying that. That didn't open the other wives' eyes, right? Denial is not a river in Egypt. Meri must just want a proper marriage because he has made it crystal clear he will never entertain her again. I know, like in this episode, he literally said, she's like, I still consider myself married to Kody. And Cody's like, yeah, no, I don't consider myself married to Meri. If she wanted to go marry someone else, that'd be A-okay with me. So, Meri, you're the one, like, here's the thing. Christine is in Utah, where she wants to be with her children, living it up, laughing, having a good old time. And you are stuck in Flagstaff by yourself 90% of the time. And half the world's laughing at you, or are feeling pity for you. And everybody that's a Sister Wives fan, they're applauding Christine. And every day on your Instagram post, Meri, you talk about, finding that happiness, doing it for yourself and no one else. That is exactly what Christine did. Christine said, you know what? I'm going to be happy. I'm going to do what I want to do. Not what Robyn wants me to do. Not what Meri wants me to do. Not what Kody wants me to do. I'm going to do what Christine wants to do. I know, the best revenge is living well. And she is doing it. Exactly. And they're all over there. Meri, alone. Robyn, I don't even know. And Christine is over there having a great time, looking beautiful, and doing her thing. She knows that Kody doesn't love her anymore or want to see her. He could care less if she remarries, but she stays because Robyn had a dream of a polygamous life. Of course, bring the favorite wife in. Mistreat the rest of the wives. Exactly. I can't wait till the next episode because I have a feeling I'm going to be going off. This episode itself had me so mad. Like last night, I literally watched this episode. I started watching it at like 12:30 last night because I got all my stuff for the AWP story. I came out here probably at like 9:30 last night after the kids got to bed. Put the kids to bed. I come out here and I got all my AWP stuff together. I got all my notes and all my screenshots and everything. And then I started watching Sister Wives and I took my notes for that. And I didn't even go to bed until like 2:30 this morning. But literally when I watched it, I was like, I want to go live right now and do a whole video called Shut Up, Robyn, You're Stupid. And you're a hypocrite and you're a liar. Because I was so mad. I was like, no apology. No apology for the way that she treated Christine. Like Christine, it's not easy for her to sit there and take all their criticism. It's not easy for her to sit there wondering how much this is going to change her life. You know what I'm saying? And they act like it's hard on them. It's hard on her too. And for Robyn to treat her like that because Robyn misheard something, girl, you owed her a big old apology. A big old apology. And she didn't do it. And I'm mad. M-A-D. Mad. And I have a feeling I'll be mad the next episode. That makes me want to go box somebody up for Christine. You know what I'm saying? I got her back. She might be classy and she might look the other way, but not me. I'm just kidding. Anyways, we're going to do a few other episodes today. Also, we're going to do our member stream tonight because we're going to go over some more of the book. Just a note, as someone with the first name Robyn, oh my God, it's really weird hearing my name with so much venom directed towards it every time I hear my name. I'm so sorry. I love you, Robyn. Not you. What can we call Robyn? Satan? Lucifer? What can we call Robyn? To give her a different name. Lucy. For Lucifer. Because she's like, but we're going to do this tonight. I'm so sorry. I've been over here just cursing you up and down, but it wasn't you. It was Lucy. Better be quiet. I don't want to get sued. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, my daughter got accepted into one of the colleges that she applied for. Yay! She only applied for 2. We were gonna apply for more over the weekend, but she decided, I don't want to apply for more because I wouldn't go to those other ones anyways. Let's see, what are the other videos? I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys what the other videos are on. I think we're going to talk about Amber and Andrew, because he has moved to Cali. We're going to talk about Ashley Siren and her pregnancy. Thank you, Madeline, Linda, Fatima, Ari. Let's see. Amber, Portwood, Ashley Siren, Cheyenne, and Zach. Zach went to jail and spent about 35 seconds in jail and then was released. Not 35 seconds, but it wasn't very long at all. For his multiple DUIs, allegedly. So we're going to cover some teen mom stuff after this, and then we are going, I really hope that was clickbait editing by TLC. There's really no telling, honestly. You do have to take that into consideration, honestly. Like, sometimes they can twist things. So we're going to do teen mom Cheyenne Floyd's husband, Zach Davis, turns himself into jail to serve time for his DUI case. Walks in, walks right back out. Yeah, why are my subs getting suspended? I would love to know. Is somebody reporting my subscribers? Because that's going to tee me off. I think that's what's happening. And I can do the same thing. If people want to play dirty, don't come for my business. I've literally, you guys have no idea what I'm in the background doing, but it's about to be on like Donkey Kong. I'm tired of this other creator trying to come for my business. We're going to do, Ashley about her pregnancy, Ashley Siren, and then we're going to talk about Amber Portwood. So I know Sherry was suspended somehow. She don't even have a channel. She has a channel, but she don't upload anything on it. It's just for her to be in my chat. She's a member. But literally, you guys, honestly, I would love to know how many of my members have been suspended. Because I lost almost 70 followers Sunday. And I was like, what is going on here? But it would make sense that they're someone is reporting them. And I would know who that someone is. Because this someone has been coming for my business for the past 2 months or so. And it's about to bite him in the butt royally. Like, he's already doing his little videos lying on me. Here's the thing. I made a post on Twitter saying that I used to be, I managed a finance company. I actually managed 2 finance companies. I got a job at World Finance when I was 18. By 19, I was promoted to, I was a CSAR. At 18. I was promoted to an assistant manager by like 18. And then like not long after that, I became a manager. I managed that place for like 2 or 3 years. I quit to become a stay-at-home mom. I ended up going back to work at Harbor Loans as a manager there. Ended up quitting to be a stay-at-home mom again, like 2 or 3 years after that. And when you work at a finance company, you pull backgrounds, you pull credit reports, you use Pacer. If somebody comes to get along with you and they say they're in bankruptcy or they just got out of bankruptcy, you pull their bankruptcy to see how well they paid it. So I just talked about how I used to be a skip tracer, and me and Sean was also victims of identity theft. Someone stole all of our money on 2 different occasions. The thing is when it happened, neither time was I working at the finance company. And I said that I was able to find, both times I was able to find the man that stole all of our money and our identities. I did that on my own accord. I was not working at the finance companies when that happened. One time was literally in Sean's 2-week, he was deployed. He was deployed to Afghanistan. He come home for 2 weeks, and I picked him up from the airport. The next day, all of our money had been stolen. I was not working at the finance company. When I found the guys, it was 2 different occasions that this happened. When I found them, I did not use any of the resources from my job because I was not working there anymore, and I hadn't worked there. So this person is, I literally just tweeted about how I used to be a skip tracer and how I'm pretty good at like finding people that don't want to be found. You know what I'm saying? Like if I get it in my mind, like, let me find out who this person is. I want to know more about this person. I'm pretty good at doing that. You know what I'm saying? I've been able to find out, boyfriends that's cheated on me. I've been able to figure it out, I've been able to get into voicemails and stuff just by guessing like their passwords and stuff, things that would make sense, Never have I done anything illegal to obtain any information. I'm just pretty smart on how, anyways, due to my time as a skip tracer, it did lead me in ways that you can go about finding things like who to talk to and who to contact and la-di-da-di-da. So I made a tweet about how I used to be a manager at a finance company. I was good at skip tracing, and how when our identities were stolen on 2 different accounts, I was able to find the men that did it on both accounts. Well, this YouTuber is saying that he said she was probably never a manager. She was probably just a secretary. Well, first off, finance companies, at least where I live, don't have secretaries. They have CSRs, they have assistant managers, and they have managers. So, no. But yes, I was a CSR at World Finance when I first got the job, and then I was an assistant manager, and then I was a manager. And then when I started at Harbor Loans, it was directly into the manager's position. Never did I ever use any resources from my job to look for anyone. First off, I never looked for anybody outside of the work. You know what I'm saying? As a 20-year-old, I wasn't looking up people that I shouldn't have been looking up. Here's the thing. When you have a Pacer account through your job, you log in with a job login account. You know what I'm saying? And it logs the time, the date, and who you searched for. And you have to have an application for a loan in that person's name because your supervisor comes every so often and they go through those applications and they go through, the Pacer bill because you get a printout of the dates and everybody you pulled. Nobody was at our job just pulling up Pacers on people. We had no reason to. I wasn't a YouTuber. I wasn't looking at, I was literally just trying to find the people that were not paying their bill and that it moved on me. You know what I'm saying? So this creator, first off, doubted that I was even a manager, said that I was probably a secretary. I don't give a crap. Whatever. He can think whatever he wants. Second off, he said that I used my resources at my job to find people. That never happened. And then people were saying like, oh, if you're such a good detective, then why did you get it wrong about Vaughn? Well, here's the thing. We don't know if I got it wrong about Vaughn. We don't know if Vaughn is passed or not. I took an article that looked legit, and I believe that, but I wasn't digging on Vaughn. The most I was doing was I did call. Oh, thank you, Adizzle for Shizzle. Thank you. I did call because I'd heard last Thursday, not this past Thursday, Thursday before that, I think, Fall Fest. Yeah, Thursday before last, I'd heard that he had passed. Yes, back it up, Baby Blue. I'm so sorry. I'm talking about a different discussion that I don't even need to be talking about on here. But like 2 Thursdays ago, for people that's like, oh, she's just doing that for clicks and views. If I wanted to do a video about Marvon for clicks and views, I wouldn't have tried to verify it. I wouldn't have, been looking for an obituary or, calling the funeral home to see if he had passed, to see if they was doing his services. I was really trying to get it verified. Yeah, I think he probably has, but Dre's not talking. So anyways, but I never looked for Vaughn like as a missing person. Because here's the thing, he's going to be in a hospital, so that's going to be very hard to find which hospital or long-term care facility he is in. HIPAA, you're not. The people that I looked for were people that was not in the hospital. They just moved to a different city, you know what I'm saying, or down the street. And you could talk to neighbors, you could talk to family members, because when you get a loan, you usually leave references and you leave a job. And usually between those references and jobs, and you can even go out to their old house, maybe talk to neighbors, you can find one piece of information to lead you to something bigger, right? So I wasn't looking for Vaughn like he was a missing person, because I knew he was either in a hospital, at home with Dre, or in a long-term care facility, and those two were going to be dead ends because of HIPAA. And if he was with Dre probably wasn't telling anybody. So I wasn't looking for him like a missing person. If I would have been looking for him like he was a missing person, I don't really know how much I would have got, because he's in a vegetative state. He didn't move down the street. He's not going to have a new job that's going to show up on his credit when you pull his credit. You know what I'm saying? Whole different scenario. So I was not looking for him like a skip tracer would look for someone. Also, if I was doing this for clicks and views, I very well, Thursday night when I got home from Fall Fest, I could have jumped on live and said, rumor has it, Von passed, let's chat. And I would have got a lot of people in the chat talking about it. I don't do it. I did not do that video for clicks and views. I literally tried to verify it. I did. And then there was somebody that left a comment, Sean or somebody told me that somebody said, oh, that's disgusting that you called the funeral home. First off, people call funeral homes and look up obituaries to verify deaths all the time. Creditors do it. And like my moderator, Candy, her papa passed away. And I didn't want to call her and say, hey, I'm sending flowers. So you know what I did? I just Googled his name and found out where his service was going to be, and I sent flowers. You know what I'm saying? That is not abnormal. I mean, here's the thing. If Vaughn passed away, I would want to send flowers to Miss Letitia or Miss Wynette or Mr. Jackson anyways. So that's literally what people do when they hear that somebody died. Well, let me, look up the obituary or see where his, thing is going to be at so I can send flowers or something. I was doing it as a way of verifying it, and I would have sent flowers. But anyways, somebody said, oh, she wouldn't like it if they did that to her nephew. First off, my nephew was 2.5. He did not have a Facebook page with over 600,000 followers that he entertained. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, that was Dre's page, but Vaughn was on there as well, on a daily almost. So it wasn't like, my nephew is different. But here's the thing. People did call the funeral home about my nephew because they sent arrangements. People sent me his obituary. But that is completely different. If somebody was looking it up just to verify that my nephew passed away, okay, that's on them. Because looking up to see if somebody passed away is not some, oh my God, it's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was doing what I felt needed to do. It's not like pulling someone's bankruptcy and then lying about it, saying that they're not paying their bills and their car is about to get repossessed. You know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy. All the stuff that goes on here, it's ridiculous. And if my subscribers are being targeted and being reported, which I know that one has already contacted me and said, I don't know, I was reported. And I got to file for an appeal. So that's BS. And that would explain why I lost like almost 70 subscribers Sunday. So I don't know, you guys. That's the update on Sister Wives story. So like I said, we're going to cover Cheyenne and Zach. We're going to cover Amber, and we're going to cover Ashley, I think, and then we're going to do a member stream later. But I got to go into the house for just a little bit, and I'll be back out here probably about 30 minutes, and we'll cover Cheyenne and Zach, I guess. Cheyenne and Zach. So I will see you guys back here in about 30 minutes. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. I know I went off the rails there at the end. I'm so sorry. Make sure you give it a thumbs up. Also, make sure you are subscribed. Because I hit 70,000 over the weekend, and then that was taken from me somehow. Either YouTube unsubscribed people, or my viewers are getting reported, which I think is total BS. But two can play that game. You know what I'm saying? So I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, everyone. Peace. I don't know why I just said peace.